Yeah, I don't care. Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Tributron here, and today we are going to be doing some Let's Builds. Yes, that's right. We're going to be working on some 2008 style mocks. This time we're going to be working on the Ronin. Now, if you remember in the last live streams, we were working on this character, but I feel that it's been enough time. I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, so I'm looking forward to showcasing all the stuff that I've been working on up in the past. But this is going to be a short stream, so all of you time travelers that are watching this from the future, all you show-offs, well, this is just going to be a quick video live stream. I'm probably only going to be going for about an hour or two, which tends to be like the typical duration. But that being said, though, I hope you all enjoy. And Alcizia says hi again. Hello, fellow compatriot. It's good to hear from you. We're just getting a few things set up in the background, and before you know it, we're going to be getting into some chaos. Digital chaos. So, oh my gosh, 6-7%. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna do it. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is late over there. What are you doing that late? Oh my goodness. I know I started to stream late, Alcizia, so I do apologize. Let's actually get things underway here so you can we can all see each other. There we go. But that's crazy. Yeah. Well, the stream itself is going to be pre-recorded and everything, so well, it's going to be it's not pre-recorded. What am I saying? Words, mouth, words, thoughts, all the crazy things. So anyways, what I was saying is this stream is going to be up again for rewatchability. That is what I am trying to say. And Mousy, you gotta work for me. Hello, Benson, welcome. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about a few things here while I am building this. Now, as you can see, there are 4 iterations that we've made of the gearbox. It's 16:07 here in Chile. Oh my goodness, welcome. Rising Mootopia Beyond. Big Gorilla, my baby. Yes. Yeah, Gorilla is here. Gorilla is gonna bless us with good deeds and fortune. We have a Gorilla warfare of all various colors and tribes of Gorilla. I'm very happy with Gorilla. It's if y'all need instructions for Gorilla, just let me know, and I will give you instructions for Gorilla. I like how Gorilla turned out. They are a quick and easy build, but you know, still, if you want instructions, just let me know, and I will make instructions for Gorilla because Gorilla is fun. I love Gorilla. Okay, Rising Moontopia Beyond. But yeah, we got 4 versions of the Knight's Kingdom functions. Now, we started off with this. I think, no, this is V6. We started with something a lot bigger. So this is V4. Oh, wow, we actually, wait. Yeah. This is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then 6th. Man, the progression that we've gone through all of these. Now, the issue being is stability. And for the final version here, let's actually edit it and take a look at it. and closer details. So we got this now secure. Kind of, it still has the possibility of jumping. At least over here, there is a latch system thanks to the gear attached to a stopper that's attached to the central drive axle when you rub on this gear. And it can be rotated via this lever here. Meanwhile, this is operated by this gear that will enact the arm rotation mechanisms at place. Now, because this is all just connected to one central bracket, there are not a lot of points of contact for the sake of stability. Now, this can be mitigated easily in its structure if we go ahead and have an overhang bracket system. But then that would need to be bypassing the socket on the top. So we had to make sure that we minimize collision. However, in doing so, by minimizing the collision, we also then have to consider if this character is going to be hunched or not. And based on what we got going on here, it's going to have a straightforward body. Guerrilla rhymes with grug, says Benson. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I wanted to so there's a lot of videos coming up. You probably notice why I haven't been making a lot of YouTube videos. That's because I am piling up because of how YouTube's algorithm works. It is a hassle. So we got right now in the backlog, I would say up to in the 20s. We have a lot of mocks in the background. Some will take quicker to build than others because they have quite a few expensive parts in them, and some of them are army builders. So that might be a little bit of a teaser and what you might expect to see in the future. And I'm sorry if you can hear the doggy in the background. They are quite excited. So yes, the reason why you haven't seen too many YouTube videos is mainly because, one, it's just a hassle. It's just because the quality is going up, so most of my time is going to be spent making content. So this week, no new videos, but next week, hopefully, I will be able to make some more YouTube videos. So let's see if we can update this bracket system a 7th time. Yes, we're going to do the overhang loop. So we're going to actually copy and paste, release, and call it Gearbox V7. So now we are in the 20s making pennies. Oh man, it's so many pennies, Oh my gosh. Okay, that is actually really funny because there is a mock that I made that its whole premise is copper. So you have no idea, Rising Moon Beyond. You have no idea, Rising Moontopia, how ironic that statement actually is. That is, oh my gosh, I peeked on my mic. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to peek my mic, but oh my gosh. All right, we're removing this. And we're gonna lean for the hunched aesthetic and hopes that we go somewhere with it. So we're actually going to be removing this, and I'm going to do something crazy. We're removing this. And you're probably wondering, but Tributron, why would you do that? Why would you do... Wait. That's not what I'm selecting. I'm selecting you. What are you doing? Get out of here. But yeah, there is a mock that I made. That's whole premise is copper. It's just all about copper. And the fact you made a pennies comment. Oh my goodness, that is... I need to add that into the video now. Benson says, I've been watching SpongeBob Creepypastas recently. Lysizia says, ooh, army builders? You got me interested, especially if that means a ton of small rahi. Well, you will find out. You will find out. But yeah. Oh, I love army builders. There's a lot of fun, but this army builder that I'm making is a little bit expensive because it's utilizing a part that only came in one set, and I'm making 6 of them. So it's very much a... Oh, well, ain't that just... Okay, so that's a 7. So we need a 6. And why did... I'm gonna have to rename this whole thing just to be a 6-7 thing with the amount of times that I keep doing this to myself. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I have no idea. I just love to do it, I guess. Wait. Wait. Yes. Okay, so this is stationary. So this has to be stationary. So this would actually interlock with this. So we are removing this. We're gonna do something else with this. I don't know what. Wait. I think I got an idea. It's a crazy idea, but I think I got an idea. I think I found Bionicle cheese. I think the Bionicle cheese is real. I think I found some cheese. We're gonna cheese this, and it is gonna be the cheesiest thing I've probably ever done. So we're gonna use this. And you know what? We're gonna paint it in blue. Why not? Because I have it in blue, so I know it exists in blue. Hello. I just got 3 ads before I could join the stream. YouTube needs competition. I agree. Rising Moontopia says 6 and not 7. How dare I? I know. It's a shame. Everything says crazy looking contraption. Yes, it is a Knight's Kingdom play feature. The Lego Microman says kids these days don't know what the real funny number is. 25. You know what? I agree. 25 is so funny. And if you get 2 of them, you get 50 cents. Oh my goodness. All right, so oh wait, yes. So if that's an axle and it has to be locked into place, that's an axle, and it connects over here. What's axle? Oh, axle. I need to think. I'm thinking very hard. I have ideas. I have so many ideas. Hold on. I am entering big brain mode. Okay, I am engaging big cheese brain hyperdrive. All right, we are activating the cheese in the cheese core. We are optimizing cheese. We are entering the cheese dimension. We got this. Hold on. We are going to expand cheese. We're going to use 3 length Technic Technic lever that's oval shaped, and to ensure that minimal collision, we will be expanding on this. Yes. So we got that, and we're gonna connect that there. Now you're probably wondering, this is now clipping. How do we do this, Tributron? Well, I have a solution, and the solution is I have no idea. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We have the technology. I figured it out. I actually just figured it out. Never mind. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. We're cooking. We got the cheese. I thought I burnt the cheese, but no, we did not burn the cheese. The cheese is okay. We have gone unscathed, and the cheese is on stable condition. We have stabilized the cheese. However, we do have a tumor now from the cheese stabilization, so maybe not the best, but you know what? We make progress where we can. And there we go. So we got half connector, half connector. We're gonna have to expand this. But that is perfectly fine in my opinion. Having to expand it to a 4 length. Yeah. And then dark bluish gray. There we go. So the shoulder might be a little bit broad, but I think that's okay. Considering the size of this body, it may need broad shoulders. Now, when it comes to stability, when this is rotating, this is going to be pushing down. And when this pushes down, even if we put, let's say, a Technic, like, why aren't you going in? You need to go inside. There you go. Good boy. Okay, so anyways, even when this is placed here to ensure that any downward force is not applied, you had to remember that the tolerance is slightly loose here to allow for rotation to be possible with these Technic beams. And when it's slightly loose, there gives enough give to act as a lever and push this up slowly. Now, this is being collided with this piece, so it can't slide up too much. Therefore, this is actually pretty stable. So long as we don't put too much weight. This is actually more stable than this because we're dealing with more connection points, which means more room to give and sway. So we okay. Tumors are low-key the best part of cheese. You know what? Tumors are indeed potatoes, says Rising Moontopia. Microman says, cheese tumors? Has somebody tried to teleport them with bread? You know, we could try to teleport you with bread. That's a great idea. Benson says, 5 things I want to erase in reality. 1, Visipop. 2, Visipop and indie animation hate. 2, Elsa Gate. 3, Brain Rot. 4, 6, 7. 6, 7. And 5, Karens. You know what? I feel like when it comes to indie animation hate, I think you're referencing towards the Gooseworks and her involvement with the Digital Circus. I feel like it is part of a bigger issue at play that has existed for a long time, and that being like the fan hate culture. There is a whole culture surrounding fans just people just wanting to hate on a specific property for the sole purpose of just hating something for the sake of hating it. That's going to be, it's existed before the internet, unfortunately, and it's going to be something that will permeate all throughout existence as we know it. Which is unfortunate to hear. But, you know, it is the truth. Sadly, it is the truth when it comes to that sort of thing. And I hate that as a thing that exists. But again, you know, the best thing we can do is like, hey, acknowledge these, some people are just hating for the sake of hating, and it's best to just avoid it, because the more attention you give into it, the more it feeds off of that. Because when it comes to hate culture, the more attention you give to hate culture, the more likely people will just start engaging more and more with the hate culture. It's like you're fighting fire with fire. And when there is not enough fuel for that fire for the fire to continue going, the fire itself will eventually patter out, because there's hardly anything there to stimulate the desired hate that is being permeated, if that makes any sense. Bro is the gym. 50 Cent would be proud of this mofos. Oh, and Gigi Winnie B says, this is why I dislike Studio. All the parts keep getting misaligned. Stick in my head. Yeah, because realistically, all these elements weren't made at the same time, so like there is clipping when there wouldn't be clipping. Like this is here, and this is here, and we got a stud spacing here, but somehow this is clipping to this. So if I turn on collision, look at that. That makes no sense. That's clearly connected, but it doesn't think it's connected. It thinks it's doing something bad. So that's the weird thing here about that. And let me see if I can see if the power of collision will... Alright, we got that. Okay, apparently that is okay, but that does not look okay. That looks weird. And if yeah. And apparently that's okay, but that's clipping. That is clearly clipping. That's not right. So oh wait, I'm undoing a lot of work. Hold on. I undid a little bit too much work there. Lego Microman says Gooseworks' only mistake is that she vastly overestimated the compassion of the average Twitter user. You know what? That's completely fair. Twitter is Twitter. There is no silver lining when it comes to Twitter, unfortunately. Twitter is just one of those places where it's like, and now we will choose violence. And it's like, but why? Why, father? Why are we choosing violence? Oh, because I think it'd be mad funny, son. By the way, why am I doing this accent? Why am I doing this accent? Oh my gosh, I should not be doing that accent. Alright, well, if I can just put... I feel like I'm... both over and underestimating this. I wish you can make a bracket system that takes less space. That would be so nice in so many levels. So nice. And all right, we're actually, you know, what's in functional? Maybe there's an obscure Technic piece that exists that we can use to mitigate. And these are just bars. These are all just bars. So another thing about like making mocks in general is I have made so many play features that it's not even funny. However, someone did give me an idea. Someone gave me an idea that I just can't pass up. It's just too good not to pass up. And that is making a Toa that barfs. A barfing Toa. The Toa of barfing. Because, let's be for real, who in their right mind would think, why yes, I would like to have one Bionicle that barfs, please. I would like that very much, thank you. No one in their right mind would think of making a Bionicle that barfs. Yet it is an idea that seems too perfect not to try. Which is why I am planning on making a Toa that barfs. I've made a Toa that can walk. I made some Bionicles that can do backflips. I have Bionicle characters that mastered the power of Beyblade. I've made ones that harness the power of Spinjitzu. I have made Bionicle figures that can shoot skull spiders. I made some that can spit Kanoko disc. I made a Kanoko disc railgun. I've made like a flying Bionicle. I made a Makuta that can run from first gear into second gear. You can put him from first gear to second gear just to get him to run faster. So he goes from, yeah, I'm just walking, and then he starts booking after you like Freddy Fazbear on the 6th night at the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. Like, yeah, I am going to go ahead and get that security guard, and there's nothing you can do about it. Though Foxy might be a better pick, because Foxy is usually the one that books it. But the only reason why I say Freddy is because of that very fast Freddy Fazbear that's in that one fan game that was made a while back, where it's just literally this yellow Fredbear that absolutely books it and sounds like an entire piano just falling down the staircase barreling towards you, and you're like, what is going on? If you can't tell, I love Five Nights at Freddy's. It is one of my favorite series. I know. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But I love it. Okay? I love Freddy. I like Freddy Fazbear. Let's just say. Do not clip that. Do not clip that. Whatever you do not clip that. Benson says sunshine and rainbows, you know, truly. Lego Microman says, I'm thinking about making mocks again, but I'm very hesitant to taking existing mocks apart, and I can't keep ordering new pieces all the time because it costs money. And where would I put all of it? You know what? I'm in a similar boat. I have so much Bionicle that, like, they take up space. And also, like, I'm hesitant to make a lot of mocks too, mainly because the pieces are getting older. So I'm just like in a place in my life where I'm just like, I like these toys, and like they're getting looser, And that's one of the reasons why I started Ascending Depths, which sets are coming, guys. We're going to save this fandom. We will save this fandom. I am engineering an entire toy line from the ground up. We will have our toys that we can play with and enjoy. So, some folks might call them bootlegs, but hey, at least we will be able to continue writing our own stories, making our own mocks. Because I like building. Like, sure, I can be like your average, like, CEO twirling their mustaches like, oh, I'm gonna make so much money and just cheap out and everything, but I just don't want to do that. I realistically do not want to do it. I just want to make something that I can just relax and just click the pieces together for the fun of it. That's all I want. I am not like too crazy about, oh, I'm gonna make so much money. Oh, twirling mustache. No, I just want like, I miss construction. Lego's never gonna bring back construction. Let's be so for real. And the brick build figures, they're fun, yeah, but the amount of space a brick takes in terms of building a character reduces the possibility of putting crazy things like this into a torso. And how is it that this looks a lot better now? How did I make it a lot better? That makes no sense. Wait! I just realized something. I can put the clutch. I can put a clutch in there. Oh my gosh. I can put a clutch and I can secure it. You see, this is fun. This is fun. I want to do this physically, which is why, like, I'm making so many prototypes here so that when I actually start mock making and building this guy IRL, because it is possible to build this mock IRL, most of the pieces will exist and I will be happy because they exist IRL. But look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The Ronin is actually turning out great. Syntax Underway says Gen 2 style mocks would be so good. I wish I could send you the Gen 2 mocks I've made because I've had fun making them. If you have a Discord, Instagram, I'm on Twitter and Bluesky. Like, I also have Tumblr. I'm everywhere on the internet. Whatever online platform you have, just send it to me through there. And I will check it out. Matter of fact, links down in the description down below. But yeah. Yeah, there's I got plenty of places. Alright, so now we got this. We're gonna go ahead and make the chassis. So this has to be stationary. So we're gonna protrude out, put an axle, a Technic beam down in the front. However, I think we're gonna do a wraparound, and then an insertion. I think that might be the best play to make, in all honesty. So in order to do a wraparound, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go grab. Where is it? I know it's here. I know it exists. There we go. We're gonna do this because it will at least allow us to connect the head somewhere. Because this is gonna be rotating and shifting all of this forward. So if I'm rotating that will move that way. that... Alright, and if I were to... And if I were to rotate this... Oh, there's too many things connected to it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so, but yeah, I am planning on making more G2 mocks. A matter of fact, I do have a backlog of G2 mocks, so you're going to be seeing quite a few G2 mocks. There was a fan that has been asking me for years to make some G2 concept art worth of mocks. And you've probably seen comments. It's been years, so this isn't like spoiler or anything, but I need you all to understand. Just like how difficult it was for me to make Millennium, the build that came out in 2000, the set that came out in 2000 for our Throwbots, Millennium, to make the mock for that and have it be able to turn from bike to motorcycle, bike to Titan seamlessly. On and off took a span of 7 years. So in reference, someone wanted me to make the Skull Villain Combiner. The Skull Villain Combiner. Colta Cal. And if you've seen any of the concept art, making any of the Skull Villains from G2 utilizes parts that actually do not exist. Not even at the slightest. To put more pain into injury, followed by that, you also have a whole variety of them. So not only do I have to make the individual characters, but I had to figure out the combiner. And because if you all don't know me already, I like to over-engineer everything. So okay, yeah, Slicers. My bad, Rising Moontopia Slicers. So not only did I have to do that, but I decided, because I'm partly a masochist by nature, how cool would it be if I made the Skull Villain Combiner a bioformer? Because what could possibly go wrong? A lot of things could go wrong. And turns out, that would take me years to finish working on that particular mock. And it's been so many years already. I've been working on and off on that thing for so long. And keep in mind, that's not also considering getting G2 parts post the cancellation of Bionicle G2 is actually super difficult. People to this day are trying to hunt for G2 Bionicle, but you just can't find it. You cannot find it anywhere. And it's like, okay, how do I find a G2 Bionicle in the current age that we live in? You just don't. You just don't. I'll tell you right now, you just don't. You do not find the G2 Bionicle. The G2 Bionicle finds you when you least expect it. That's how it works in this economy. You want a G2 Bionicle? You have to find it. Like, sealed or not sealed. It has to be found. It has to present itself. You can't just simply find it. Because there's so many bootlegs in the market that it's not even funny. So yes. I do, in fact, decided what a lovely idea would it be to make a skull villain combiner that works like a bioformer while also still being faithful to the original designs. And doing that with the official pieces and not bootlegs. So yes, I'm finally at a point where I'm like, finally, I'm done. I figured out the combination. I know how to make them all combine. They can all look unique. And I don't have to stress about them looking inaccurate in any cup. Oh, I can't do that. This is gonna collide. That's gonna collide. That's collision. That is a collision. Why? Why? Just someone in the Bionicle submarine casually find a brown Kamau in a bulk lot. Talk about absurdly rare. That's insane. Hey, listen. We will not accept G2 slander in this household. You have no idea how many, how many times people are quick to hate on G2. And keep in mind, I grew up with G1. Alright, I wouldn't be building, like, literally this guy if I didn't like G1. There's a reason why I like G1. I grew up with G1, so I'm automatically nostalgic to it. The first Bionicle I ever got was Pohatu. I followed the Lego Club magazines, the comics, the books. I watched all the movies, yada yada yada. I'm in deep with the lore. That being said, though, I need to. People are like quick to state, oh, G2 is simplistic due to the nature of the creature and character building system, CCBS. They look so bland and simple, but G1 is so much better with how complex it is, from what I hear. But from personal experience, growing up with G1, if you built at least 2 Toa Metru, you can build the rest of them by just looking at the picture on the box. Or on the canister. If you built 1 Vaki, you know how all the rest of them are built. If you built 1 Hordika, you know how the rest of them are built. If you build 1 Vizorak, you know how to build each and one of them. Even the Bararaki, to some extent. They mix it up a little bit, but you could still eyeball it and build it from scratch because of how bare bones those sets actually are. The only time you would really need the instructions is like, okay, how does the weapon attach to like the hand in this case? How do you connect the neck together? And so on and so forth, you know, in its orientation. But other than that, like, the amount of times where I didn't encounter a challenge when building a G1 Bionicle was quite frequent. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am just a differentism. I am a rare breed. But whenever I built any of the G2 sets, and keep in mind I was an adult, I had me like do a few double takes from time to time, because it's like, especially when you're like building, let's say like Kopaka Master, for example. Love that set. Gorgeous set. I was like, wait a minute, am I building a Toa or am I building a Titan? That was like my first response when building Tahu and Kopaka. My first G2 set was Kopaka, then I built Tahu, and then I built the rest of them. And I kind of wish I got Anua. The only reason I didn't get Anua was because Dude looked like a triangle. He was built like a Dorito. I didn't want a broad Anua. I like my skinny Anuas. I like my skinny, like mole-looking dudes. I was not a G2 Anua stan, unfortunately. But that being said, though, I had a lot more fun building those G2 sets than I did with the G1 sets. The G1 sets, the build process was okay, but playing with them was a lot of fun. G2 sets, the building aspect, a lot of fun. I loved how Ikimu and Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder set actually felt like a G1 Bionicle in a way, because he literally is close to scale to a Toa, like a Toa of old, like a Toa Bada, and has a gearbox. Not only that, but they're so colorful. All the G2 sets are so colorful. It reminds me of the golden years of Bionicle. It really does. Like, say what you will about, like, the dark neutral colors, but in my honest opinion, I really like it when, figures, like, let me see if I can pull one up, that I've built in the past. Okay, where, felt like a good, Oh, wait a minute. Wait. A Southern Matoran would be a good example. I really like it when the Bionicles are colorful, because they remind me of, hey, this is a tropical character in a tropical environment. Okay, so let me read the comments here. Real quick. I'm not gonna return G2 Tozan. The villains of G2 were immediately weak sets that Umarak, but it's not awful, dang it. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, Boom Knuckles is actually kind of funny. If you watch the show, of Sonic Boom, like, I actually like Knuckles. Knuckles is great. But that being said, though, I like vibrant colors. Vibrant colors are so nice. It's so many ways. And you say what you will about Bionicle G1, but I'm not joking when I say that the builds for G2 are a lot more better than the G1. If I have to, like, list out the many times I could just look at a canister from a canister set, it's like, oh, this is Paraka Hakan. Let me go build Paraka Hakan. If I've already built, like, Vizok and Avak, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how you build this guy. And you just put it together. You don't even need to look at the instructions. But with G2 sets, even with the protectors, there's so much going on, even for such a small body, that it's like, this is actually a fun build. I actually like this. More, please. So, I'm sorry, but G2 is better than G1. I will die on that hill. As someone that read the comics of G1, watched all the movies, grew up with Bionicle from the very beginning, can quote, obscure factoids about Bionicle G1 because I love its story. But comparatively, if Bionicle G1 only had 2 years, if you compare 2 years of 2001 to 2002 to the 2 years that G2 got from 2015 to 2016, pretty similar. Honestly, G2 was better comparatively because we actually got like a main villain, Umarak the Destroyer. In G1, Bionicle Makuta didn't even come out yet. You just had to pretend that the spare pieces that you got in Bionicle was Makuta. He was just the broken pieces in reference to Monog, the video game. So yeah. But, you know, it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Lego Microman says, I found out that the broken socket barely holds on and actually keeps the head in place if I don't wiggle around. Might be used for stop motion. Oh, that's interesting. Bionicle Gen 2 was also absolutely a boon for construction figures with purple pieces. We even got trans purple. Yes, trans purple bones. Name me like 3 Bionicles that used purple in G1. You can't. There were only 2. There was Onebu, if you got him in McDonald's, and the Nui Jaga, the purple one, which was a 2-pack bundle, by the way. You had to get both Nui Jaga together. It was like a 2-pack, if I recall correctly, because Lego liked to do that with the 2-packs, which G2 did a lot of 2-packs. You got Kupaka and Malum. You got Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder. Like, just so many. I'm just losing it. I'm just losing it. No, it is not. No, it's not, Rising Moon. G2 is just Hero Factory calling themselves Bionicle. No, because Hero Factory suffered from similar issues with G1, where, sure, some of them were fun. Actually, wait a minute. Let me reframe that. G2... oh my gosh, I can't even word. But like Hero Factory started off with Bionicle parts. It started off with Bionicle parts. Say what you will, but Hero Factory started off with Bionicle parts. You had Rotor, Von Nebula, the main 6 heroes. Technically 7 if you consider the 2-pack between him and Vapor. But I know you're referring to the CCBS, the Creature and Character Building System. But that wasn't exclusively a Hero Factory parts. That was construction parts. You had lines from DC superheroes, the Marvel superheroes line. You had Shima. You had all sorts of biddable figures out at the time that used CCBS. Even system sets use CCBS, like in some of the Ninjago sets, they had CCBS bones and shells. Some of them had CCBS creature feet. It goes on. But even with Hero Factory, you had phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, CCBS sets, especially when it comes to Witch Doctor, which people are quick to point out. The Scopio, in my opinion, which was also really good. You had also the Black Phantom. You have XD4, probably the best, smallest build you would ever see in your entire life. Which is no exaggeration. XD4 is the GOAT. Some people also point out how just most of the breakout sets were pretty good. The only one that fell short in terms of breakout was probably Nex. Nex was okay. He was alright. Maybe not the best, but they were fun. They experimented. The time when Hero Factory was actually dying out was Invasion from Below. Invasion from Below was kind of sad, but the only good thing that came out of it was the minifigures. I actually really liked the minifigures. The minifigures were great. Okay, Lego Microman says, what held G2 back massively was that it tried to hook the fans with nostalgia while delivering nothing of substance. Agreed. The protectors not being named in their own sets was a crucial mistake. Yep, it was. Rising Moon, stop rage burning. Tape his mouth. Okay, Benson. Okay, buddy. Hero Factory was the failed descendant of Bionicle. Then G2 was the fail. Bionicle run up to 01 to 010. G2 died in 2 years mostly. You have to remember, Bionicle G2 was competing with Star Wars. It was the first Star Wars movie to come out since the 2000s. We haven't had a live action Star Wars movie since the prequels. So everybody wanted to get as many Star Wars memorabilia at the time. And guess what came out during the time when G2 was out? Star Wars. Now, ask me this. If you were a Star Wars fan and you liked Lego, and you somehow also liked Bionicle, would you pick the Star Wars figures, or would you pick Bionicle? And considering how expensive everybody kept complaining all those construction sets were, because they were expensive for how many pieces they contained, you could only pick one. Which would you pick? You would pick Star Wars. So yes, G2 only had about 2 years. But in those 2 years, Lego prioritized the marketing for Star Wars because it was a more safer IP to market. But that does not hide the fact that G2 is a far better toy line than G1. And no, I am not exaggerating. And I'm pretty sure if it had more time in the oven, we would have more Rahi sets, akin to the Muwaka, the Kinra, and so forth. We got teases of that through Skull Scorpio and the Lord of Skull Spiders. I'm pretty sure that we would have gotten some more custom, Technic-heavy G2 sets. Alright. I got distracted. I need to do like a whole video essay. This has... I do not accept G2 slander. And sure, I have the power to like ban you easily, Rising Moontopia. But I believe in free speech. This is a place where we can speak openly and not be judged too harshly. So, that is why you are still here. But yes, G2 does have its problems. I am not gonna hide that, not one bit. It has a lot of problems. I wish they did a lot of things differently, but G2 is still better. G2 is so much better. Even if the writing sucks. I prefer G1 writing. I can do more writing stuff with G1 than I can with G2. Well, you know what? It is your own personal opinion, Rising Moon, Moontopia. It is your own personal opinion. Again, I'm not here to like say no, you should like G2 and here's why you should like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And you are entitled to not liking something if you do not like it. Yeah, it seemed like your mind was made up the moment you entered this chat, Rising Moon, and are refusing to take any points on it, says Syntax. I agree. G2, okay, I'm gonna do something crazy here. So, we're gonna do something a little bit crazy here. I'm gonna go ahead and do something. I'm gonna do something a little bit interesting here. Okay. We're just gonna go into Bricklink real quick. There we go. So let's boom. All right. So we got. Let's look over here real quick. So someone in chat, give me your favorite Bionicle. Give me your favorite Bionicle right now. G1 Bionicle. I need a G1 Bionicle. Give me a G1 Bionicle. Any G1 Bionicle. That's a canister set that you really like. Boop. Okay, the Mystique G2 also had a new one. There we go. Let's look up a new one. Okay, we're gonna get a set. All right, we got a new one. So came out in 2001. Weight 155 grams, 30 parts. So this is one of the sets that I got as a kid growing up. One of my all-time favorites. I love this guy. Now, comparatively, if we do the duplicate and we go back and we look at Master of Earth, 256 grams. Keep in mind, the original was 155 grams. Almost double, basically. 108 parts. Now, you're probably wondering, why would G2, for something that's clearly simple, such a simple set, be so complex with so many pieces? So you see CCBS, got stickers, say what you will about stickers, one mask, a lot of bones, a lot of CCBS. But then if you keep scrolling down, Technic, a little bit of CCBS, Technic, a little bit of CCBS, Technic, CCBS, Technic, CCBS, Technic, lots of Technic. But if you look over here, the 30 parts, pre-molded part, pre-molded, Technic, pre-molded, pre-molded, Technic. It's mostly like the larger pieces and then the Technic. But what we like about G1, and I will say this about G1, what we like is the greeble, because it adds a sense of complexity. When it comes to the G1 Bionicles, all the pistons are purposeful, so you can imagine how they would move, interact, and everything. And this is coming from a G1 stand. But when you go to G2, and let's look at this picture here after scrolling through this massive parts list, you notice there's a lot of color variety even in just the leg alone. You have the crystalline purple overlaying with black, the purple inlays with the gold highlight and accents that complement the sticker decaling, as well as the yellow gear in the back. The amount of greeble and pistons, there's pistons in here. Wait, but this is CCBS. This is supposed to be simple. Why is there pistons, greeble, there's vents, there's dual-purpose weaponry? Dual-purpose weaponry? Not even G1 Anua had it. But you're like, wait. But we're forgetting about Anua Nuva was so great because it had dual-purpose weapons. 2002, 175 grams, 41 pieces. Still less than the actual Anua. And yes, dual-purpose weapons and everything. But it has some of the same issues with the G1 Anua, other G1 Anua being like, hey, there's a lot of pre-molded parts here. And then some Technic. But the list itself is actually pretty small. Sure, it bulks out and rounds it, but wait a minute. You notice something here. There's smooth elements. There's smooth elements. Why is my Bionicle have smooth elements? That is so weird. It's smooth. There's smooth parts on it, making him look sleek, look armored, look powerful. Look at this. It looks sleek. It looks armored. It looks powerful. But this has pistons. Surely this has pistons too, right? Well, yeah. If you look carefully in the gear, in the weapons, there are some pistons. Like, look at this weapon. You see, there's a piston. Look. So you can imagine how this would move, and you got some venting. But where's the rest of the pistons? Where did it go? Where did my pistons go? Well, there's pistons in the feet. That looks cool. There's pistons in the torso. And you can see how it would imagine it be move. But, yeah. There's more color variety so that you can actually imagine how this biomechanical being would operate. The only downside I would say is, like, maybe some better ankle coverage. The ankle coverage is a little bit rough here, but my goodness, guys, this is so greeble intensive. With the color layout, the pistons, the dual purpose weapons. It's an overall better set, and I bet you kids had a lot of fun playing with this than this. Because even if you want just one arm to swing and you want it to just actually, instead of both of them, you can switch the gears around and you can swing. But if you want something to pose, you can actually plug the axle in the back of this. An axle and a gear in the back. so that the arms don't move, so that you can actually just use it as a figure. This one bypasses all of that. You do not have to take him apart. You twist the knob to play with it, but you can still like pose it in any position. It stays stationary the entire time. It's a great set. Would I get it myself? I prefer my Anua skinny, but I love this. But speaking about skinny Anua, oh my goodness, what the Anua that I did get was Uniter, and this one has 143 parts and 284 grams worth of weight. And just look at how much freaking detail is in this. You have so many pistons in the abs, the ventilating, the crystalline detailing. Look at this cool weapon here. He has a drill hammer. A drill hammer that shoots. It's a drill hammer that shoots. And it has pistons and everything. And he looks so elemental. This looks like a tribal warrior. This looks more like a tribal warrior than this looks like a tribal warrior. This gives it more a grittier vibe. But as someone that is a Pacific Islander, I come from the tropics. This gives me like some Mayan type of feeling with like the detailing on the chest and everything, because like some of our clothing that some of my ancestors and people would utilize feathers and wearing feathers and stuff like that. So like the bones and stuff like that, kind of imitating that in a way, I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. So because Bionicle at the end of the day is about a whole bunch of biomechanical beings living on a tropical island. So it fits perfectly in that. Okay, so let me catch up with the comments here. I have almost all the G2, but feel more special to me in that regard. The way G1's dual-purpose weapon works so much less complex, was so much less complex too. Godly Uniter's dual-purpose weaponry required a good bunch of disassembly. Yeah, I will agree. With that syntax. They also said, fun fact, you can actually fix older Fintaka with stable pieces, and you can also fix a newer Mystica with them too. Benson says, I have my skinny boy Anua with me right now, and he's my goat. Need to hit the sack, says Lego Maniac. It's getting late on my end. Good night. Also, people say that smooth technique is not Bionicle. Note this. 2008's vehicle sets literally introduced smooth technique into the world. I agree. G2 is closer to Bayverse Transformers than Bionicle. I can kind of see that. I'm not too crazy into Bayverse. I like my G1. I like my TF Prime and everything like that, or Transformers Animated, or Transformers Cybertron. But yeah, I can kind of get that. Yeah. Syntax says 2008 smooth technic panels were introduced for Bionicle. Then CCBS armor shells were made to mimic the smooth technic. And oops, it's all Bionicle. But yeah, sorry for this rant, but I will not accept G2 slander in this household. I'm very passionate about it. I've been liking G2 more and more over the years. And yes, that is 100% bias. But if you're just comparing like sets, I mean 41 parts, 143 parts, I mean it's complex. But I do like it. I do like the G1 sets. They're fun. I love them because they're fun. I wouldn't be I wouldn't make as many G1 Bionicle mocks if it weren't for the fact I actually really like G1 Bionicle. I got like I mean, I even revamped the Calgarak. Remember the Calgarak? They made so many Calgaraks over the years. So many Calgaraks. But yeah, I just love G1 Bionicle, but like G2 Bionicle did a lot of things right. And a lot of things not so right. But you know what? You can say the same about Bionicle G1 when it comes to the story, because the story of G1 is very inconsistent. Is Makuta supposed to be an eldritch entity, or is he just some dude, a part of a species? Well, obviously he's a dude, a part of a species, but comparing it to like later segments of the story, it's like, but is he really though? Is he really just a member of a species? What happened to Trim Crom? Trim Crom just eventually just got assassinated by Velika. Trim Crom was supposed to be the new like cryptic that G1 Makuta was supposed to be, but that went nowhere. There's a lot of plot holes in G1, but I still like G1. The only thing I think this like is the story and how overpriced the sets are now. Yes, they're so expensive. Oh my gosh. Which, looping back, makes it so difficult to make a Skull Villain combiner, as a fan wanted me to do. That took too many years to make, and I'm still working on it. It took several years to put that thing together. I am... That took a lot of energy out of me. You know, thank you, Rising Moontopia. Thank you. And he's also not the devil, but actually not. Yeah, clearly Karzani is the devil character. Wait, no, they're not the devil character. It's it's the Ernak. Ernak is the Bionicle devil. Wait a minute, no, Ernak is not the Bionicle devil. It's clearly Toa-Tuyet. Toa-Tuyet is clearly the Bionicle devil. No, wait, no, it's not Tuyet, it's Velika. Wait, no, it's not Velika, it's the Red Star, I think. Because it's kind of living, because the walls are all flash. Wait, no, it's not the Red Star, it's Anona. Do you feel better, Rising Moontopia? Do you feel better? do we feel better about yelling about our opinions on like a multi-decade long toy line? I feel great about this. This is great. Welcome to Twitter.com. Where's my noodles? I need my noodles. I need a brick round noodle. There we go. Oh my gosh. All this and I just get a little bit of progress after ranting for so long. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're liking it, Rising Moontopia. Maybe you should subscribe. Do it, no balls. If you want to have the most invigorating experience ever of just arguing about toy lines, I highly recommend. This is definitely the place that you go ahead and subscribe to argue about opinions. To not get absolutely banned for it. Unless if it's like straight up harassment. Oh, thank you, Benson. Absolute Twitter. I love that. I love that. We're ending the poll right now. Oh, that was great. Oh, I love that. That was the whole purpose of my speech. I am glad. I'm glad. Thank you, Rising Moontopia Beyond. I'm glad. No. You were right with porpoise. You were right with porpoise. You don't have to correct yourself. Alright? You lean into that. You embraced it. You embraced that porpoise. Okay? You embrace your porpoise. Porpoise good. Alright. My trip's favorite piece of Bionicle chocolate. I don't know. I think drama is up there. Oh gosh. I shouldn't say that. Oh man. Am I becoming a drama junkie? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I don't want to be a drama junkie. Oh, I feel like it's already started. I already started the process. I'm transforming. What? Get in there. Thank you. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. G2 clearly has more pieces, therefore it is more complex and more fun to build. So much fun. It's great. It's like the best thing to ever exist. It's a tricky word for me. I understand completely. I understand. Wording is so difficult. You know, I can sometimes I need to bench press a sentence like I just did just now. See, I was struggling. That bench press was so difficult. Like, my arms were shaking the entire time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I wish the fandom was more inclusive like this, where it's like, hey, you know what? Sure, maybe we have disagreements, but you just had to admit how mad funny it'd all be in the end. It'd be pretty mad funny. I don't know. I think G2 is actually pretty great. G2 is actually pretty great. It's a different tism. We have different tastes. And I can imagine, like, we could achieve world peace if we combine the best parts of G2 with the best parts of G1. Alright, we can create a new world order, Rising Moontopia. Combining G1 with G2 and making our own G3 in the process. Bionicle G3 isn't real. It cannot hurt you. Meanwhile, Bionicle G3. We have the power. We have the potential. We have the technology. We can rebuild them. Stronger. Faster. The Bionic Man. Not like Makuti. Definitely not like Makuti. And no, I didn't slip. If I did slip, you would know. Speaking about Holy Grails, how goes the hunt for the dark blue Cow, the Golly's mask? I want from G2. Yeah, that's a Holy Grail right there. Or the solid gold Bionicle masks. Those are pretty expensive. Those are Holy Grails in my book. All that is a Holy Grail. Anything's a holy... G2 has better parts. That you see, there we go. And since you said something good about G2, I will say good things about G1. Bionicle G1 had the most lovely metallic color variety. You get copper, you got chrome, you got different shades of silvers and golds. Chef's kiss. Cutie, take me out to dinner first and then I'll think about it. But thank you. All right. How am I going to attach? Wait. Oh my gosh, I can connect it. Yes. Yes. Unlimited. Okay. Bankruptcy. Oh my god. Everything and anything says LMAO. I love the internet. It's great. I love it. Yeah, but bankruptcy wasn't enough to stop Bionicle. Bionicle still came back. And it still exists to this day in brick form. Yeah, all of that and no more purple. 0 out of 10. No purple Bionicle in my Happy Meal. 0 out of 10. The amount of Matoros that I kept getting back in 2001 is insane. I had 2 Matoros, but not a single Anepu. I felt cheated. I wanted those purple feet so bad. Purple Bionicle feet. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Shame. At least G2 gave us silver Bionicle feet. Silver and gold feet. Wait a minute. G1 did that too. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I retract my statement. How do I attach this? Oh, that's how I do it. Hold on. I need an axle. That's what I need. You see, I need to recalibrate my brain now. I was because I stopped thinking about gearboxes and started thinking about Bionicle. I mean, I am building a Bionicle with a Knight's Kingdom play feature. Knight's Kingdom! Any Knight's Kingdom lovers in the chat? Do we got some Knight's Kingdom lovers? Ninjago, did you die, Bionicle? Sadly, I did, but I lived and died again. I am the purple. No, I am not the purple. No, I am not. Okay, listen, there is not enough remnant in this mock to call me the purple guy. You got the wrong person. Okay, it's clearly Jeremy. Okay, it's Jeremy. Jeremy's the one you want, not me. Jeremy's the purple guy. Also, like, everything and anything says, I will never understand how Ninjago became more popular than Bionicle, cause, like, Elemental Robots is cooler than Elemental Ninja Teenagers, in my opinion. You know what? Yeah, that is so weird. Now that I think about it. No. All the guys are writing the Great Bounty, Rising Moontopia. The amount of great bounties, Ninjago great bounties, is insane that exists out in the world. No, there was... Okay. If you don't know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, you just do not know the lore. I'm sorry. I could explain it to you, but then I need an entire TED Talk to do it. Then again, Ninjago had cool looking dragons. Yes, the dragons in the mechs are cool. But every single time I see a mech now, I can't stop but thinking about Exoforce. My sweet beloved Exoforce. I miss them. I miss them every single day. Where's my Exoforce? I miss my wife Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. Everything and anything just crying. My bad. I'm so sorry. But, like, I want my Exoforce. Alright? Is it too bad for a girl to ask for some Exoforce? Is it that bad? Is it... Oh my gosh. Yeah, Exoforce was the GOAT. I love Exoforce. I miss Exoforce so much. You have no idea. Okay, let me remove this axle because it's just getting in the way. Alright, so we got that. I love Exoforce, but I don't know what Lego was thinking with those faces as everything and anything. You know what that is? Yeah, the faces were bad. That's the only thing that I wish. A G2 Exoforce would go really hard. Yes. We need G2 Exoforce yesterday. Like, the fact that we get so many mechs in everything. Lego knows that what kids want is a character. Why are there so many Marvel and DC mechs representing characters? You got the Ninjago mechs that look straight out of like Gundam. Like, Cole's mech looks like the Stray Gundam. Like, hello. Just bring back Exoforce, Lego. Don't be a coward about it. Rising Moontopia. No more of that commentary. This is your first warning. All right, no talking about the Hogwarts wand. Okay, this isn't the school of Slytherin. All right, you gotta stop it real quick. First warning. This is a child-friendly environment. Those faces are the ones, so it makes when the turd isn't. That's a weird way. Okay, that is weird. That is weird. That is weird. Like, yeah, obviously you're talking about Exoforce, but it's just extreme anime faces. That's all it is. There's nothing much to it. There's no reason to add more substance to something that's pretty straightforward. Exactly. Magic wands are cool, but just keep your magic wands in your pants, please. This isn't a contest. Okay, so Benson says, if they ever revive Bionicle, I want them to make Makuta Thrag from Invincible, lol. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. That would be actually sick. I would love that. Unironically, I would like that a lot. Wait, can you just go in? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this because I know it's just gonna... Okay... So we're gonna do a negative 25.87. There we go. Seamless. Oh yeah, the hair was the favorite part. I loved the hair. The hair was awesome. That was like one of my favorite parts of it. Was the hair. Alright, there's a lot of pieces here. I can clearly simplify it a little bit further, it seems. Wait a minute! Wait a minute. There's a Bionicle part that I can use over here. The Vizirac. The Vizirac torso. Do I have the Vizirac torso? If I have the Vizirac torso, I will be so happy. I will be so happy. Please. Please tell me there's the Vizirac torso in here. I would kill for it. Yes! Yes! Unlimited power! Now we have connection points galore. Oh, I'm gonna switch this up big time. Yes! Alright. So. No. I said 8-7. Not 6, 7. Because if I look at the time, oh, it rounded to 9, negative 25.9. Yeah, it just rounded. What was I doing? Great, I actually forgot what it was. Oh, right. Hold on. Let me get Technic Linker over here. And I'm gonna get 2 of these pieces. These pieces are so handy for a lot of things. They are so handy. I love them. And then get a Technic Linker. There we go. Boom. Oh, that's satisfying. Oh, that is satisfying. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we can move this to shift this and move this to shift that. This is a far better torso than before. And we're going to put it into a G2 muck. All right, so now that we got that, we're actually going to go ahead and integrate a 1x3 Technic bracket system, and then we're going to overlay like 2 Technic beams on either side. But if we zoom out a bit and look at how this connects, I think we're going to have to prioritize a tab system. So what I'm thinking instead is the T element for this, and then we can have like 2 Technic levers basically holding it in place. There we go. And there's going to be no friction, so it's not going to do the G2 thing. Unfortunately, I like friction in my Lego. I like all the friction. Friction good. I like it when the gears are slightly stiff to allow for posing. But for a Knight's Kingdom play feature, this is a Knight's Kingdom play feature. So the shoulders roll. That's what happens. So the arm swings as the shoulders shift forward and back. That's what it's basically doing. Yeah, if you are curious. That's basically what it's doing. So we're gonna just boom. Actually, you know what? That gives me an idea. That actually gives me an idea. Hold on, that gives me an idea. I can use this, and then I have more connection options. Yeah, there we go. All right, so what size are you? You are a 6. No, we're not going to go any bigger. That's big enough. That is big enough. We don't need to count any higher. Okay, so the friction that you would typically see in like G2 gearboxes, where there is like some gears going along the side, and like whenever you twist a knob, the arms stay in place, which is pretty goated in terms of form and function. I was thinking about doing that for this, where the central drive axle would have the friction, while but that would imply that even though this part would have friction, this arm would not have friction due to the nature of its modular. Wait a minute, no. This arm would have friction, I think. Yeah. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I am a fool. I am a fool. I am a fool. I forgot something. I forgot. Okay, so how this works is this would drive this arm, while this, rubbing this gear like a Knight's Kingdom torso, would move this arm and rotate the arm. However, this is dependent on being powered by this. So this gear powers all of this side, and this powers all of this side. However, if you may have noticed, this is not actually attached to the axle to allow for this gear to drive this, which is a problem. So how I'm going to mitigate it is actually having this connect to the chassis. So this will now connect to the chassis, and when you rub this gear, it would move this arm, and then if you move a lever, it would move the other arm. That's what we have to do now for the play feature to enact the rotation that it needs to while doing a swinging motion, all while the head remains stationary. Because gearboxes be complex like that. There we go. You see, and if I built this and I'm like, why isn't it working? At least like me like noticing that right away mitigates that issue of like, oh no. All right, there we go. We got a torso. So here's the evolutionary. Okay, let me get the. So you're 6. You're 5. Oh, wait a minute. So here's the evolution. From here all the way to there. And this used to be a lot broader. We actually slimmed it down a great deal. But this should be more stable now to allow for more customization. Alright, so we're going to grab this and just plop it in there. And that means this goes out. Huh. All right. Well, I feel like that's enough progress for today. We did a lot of stuff today, and I feel quite accomplished. Even if we did get distracted with a bit of a rant, basically. But it was fun. It was very invigorating. No. I wish that would come in black. That would be so nice if it came in black. Black. Woo! All right, and Let's get some 2 more pins here and hook this up. Alright, so I'm actually going to paint this part black as well as these. Just to help out with the color scheme a little bit. Alright, so we got these legs, which are complex, fun. We got expanding hamstrings, so the hamstrings and the calves can expand and contract. We had to do something for stability for friction on the hips, but that can be easily done with friction adders if we want to just throw those in. But I'm kind of trying to lean into the 2008 aesthetic. So there is that. But anyways, I think that is good. We've been going on for a while now. I think we might actually have to call it here. That way I can actually get myself ready, take my dog out and everything. But if you like this video and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe if you're feeling in the mood for it. I will have some more traditional YouTube videos hopefully coming up around by next week, so stay tuned for that. It takes a while to make YouTube videos, so highly recommend you checking those out because I got some wild contraptions built physically, G1 and G2. So go ahead and check that out. But anyways, that is about it for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.